We now moving to the formal motions. There is a formal motion on the order paper in the name of Honorable S.J. Masango. I have a speakers list in front of me. I am now calling upon Honorable S.J. Masango to the podium. 6 minutes is allocated for him.
Honorable Speaker, it is an honor to be debating the failure of MEGA to grow the economy of Mpumalanga during Freedom Month. There are people who believe that Black South Africans have only achieved political freedom, but not economic freedom. Government established the institution like MEGA to close the gap between the haves and don't have. However, unfortunately, the gap is becoming bigger because of individuals who are looking after their own stomach. The Democratic Alliance has been consistent for the past decade in calling for the disbandment of MEGA because of its failure to discharge its mandate. The Mpumalanga economic growth rate is stagnated at below 2%. The unemployment rate has skyrocketed, especially amongst the youth that are still energetic to do the work. The poverty is at an acceptable level. Mpumalanga population is around 3.5 million. However, the poverty rate count is at 3.5 out of 5, while we have an agency called MEGA in Mpumalanga. MEGA is a milking cow for some corrupt politicians and some corrupt officials. And Speaker, I am saying this because MEGA is unable to collect its dues from the debtors. Therefore, it's running at a loss. For example, Honorable Speaker, cattle loaned to emerging farmers are paid back by calves. But in most instances, these calves don't come back to the agency. They end up in the wrong hands. And the other one is sheep loaned out also. Some are sold on auction within 3 months, and surprisingly, MEGA will not take any action to recover the sheep from the debtor, even those that are still remaining there. These emerging farmers are also not even given a training so that they can know how to thrive on a livestock. Honorable Speaker, in the 5th administration, we were told that MEGA is building a shopping complex in Kinross. Being eager, I drove around Kinross and I couldn't find the new complex. I was later told that it is at Afghanistan next to the taxi ranks. I drove there and found just a single building abandoned. No one was working there. I managed to find the partners who were also part and parcel of this building, and they were frustrated. The construction of the building was started in 2016, and until today is not completed. The reason for not being completed is that MEGA also wanted the 50% share in the operation of the business. The lawyers were sourced out to draft the legal agreement that gives MEGA the 50% share, and those lawyers were also paid money. But here is the sad story. Certain partners in this business may not be able to be there to realize their objectives of running this business. And that will be due to MEGA's greed. Greed on this project is doomed already to have been a failure. The question that needs to be answered are, first, is this the mandate of MEGA to be involved as partners of those who loan money from them? Secondly, if that is the case, why is the building not completed and in operation till today? A farm which was once one of the major exporter in South Africa,
you have
lemons,
1.5 minutes left.
And a thriving farm has turned to a farm that is running at a loss by MEGA. Anything that MEGA touches falls apart. I have just mentioned the two. They are many. What does this mean? Some potential business people's applications are piling up in MEGA's office, waiting for approval, and others probably they are in file 13. Some potential business people projects are being stalled because MEGA's failure to discharge its mandate. MEGA is not fit and proper to run an existing business or even being in partnership with new business establishment. MEGA was established in 2010, and its very first annual report MEGA received as disclaimer, which means there were material irregularities, findings, and issues that had to be addressed before any decision can be pronounced. As a loan institution, there was failure to properly record and manage loan grants by MEGA, with over 268 million in discrepancy. It is unclear and not understandable why still today we still have MEGA being allowed to dispense money irresponsibly like this. Honorable Speaker, South Africans deserve better service and accountability. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Masango. The next speaker on my list is Honorable Mbuyane. 8 minutes allocated for you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We are today invited to debate a notice of motion by the DA in which it seeks to continue its tirade to undermine the progress made by MEGA in a few years. This motion is amongst many frivolous attempts the DA has been making in the media houses for MEGA to be disbanded. Honorable Speaker, the real and hard truth is that the ANC seeks to build democracy with social content, underpinned by a capable developmental state, informed by our concrete conditions and experiences. This will, in some respects, reflect elements of the best traditions of social democracy, which includes a system that places the needs of the poor people. The paradigm of the developmental state therefore reacts negatively to neoliberalism, which promotes selling out of state capacity, including state-owned enterprises. We are pleased that the ANC in its 7th administration has placed a great sense of the needs and concerns of all small, micro, and medium enterprises and cooperatives, so that we correct the economic injustice of the previously disadvantaged, especially Black women and youth. The debate on MEGA must be addressed within that context of appreciating that the 7th administration, as led by the ANC, has made the correct determination that we need higher levels of economic growth, and more especially growth that is more inclusive and creating jobs. Honorable Speaker, one of the main reasons we remain in low growth trap is because too many of our citizens are unable to participate in productive economic activities. It is this progressive government of the people which has called for a sense of agency and unit of purpose to eradicate the triple scourge of poverty, unemployment, and inequality. Despite the past difficult challenges MEGA has faced, in the period 2019 to 2024, MEGA addressed instability at the board of executive level through appointment of individuals respected in the business community and by the general public, who were seen assisting the organization to function. In 2022, MEGA attained its first unqualified audit report from the Auditor General in its history, signifying improved financial management and reporting. This is truly a good story to tell, and to credit you, Honorable MEC, and led provincial government for such an achievement. In the same period under review, the entity also appointed a full-term CEO. Honorable Speaker, MEGA has also filled positions of the executives, namely CFO, GM's property infrastructure, funding, corporate and services. The vacant position of the GM, trade and investment, is also in a process of being filled, which will ensure that all executive positions are filled. MEGA has also put in place strategies and plans towards a clean audit, and these interventions are being monitored timeously by the department. Honorable Speaker, to achieve its core mandate, MEGA has ensured that by October 2023, Mpumalanga had 18 industrial parks, 3 considered to be large and 15 small. MEGA has developed a plan to secure and maintain these industrial parks, as evident in its budget maintenance plans 2025-2026. Surely, with this progress, we can confidently declare as the ANC that we are proud of this progress achieved by MEGA and convinced about the future. Indeed, you are a step in the right direction. It is not surprising that the neoliberal party like DA will be threatened by the existence of an entity like MEGA, which its strategic orientation is to build state that clearly drives a national democratic revolution, in terms of which the shared ANC strategic perspective in the current period is that of moving the revolution onto the second radical phase. Honorable Speaker, MEGA is needed and it should go nowhere.
You have less than a minute left.
It must be supported. It must be sufficiently funded to become vital in the journey to produce more entrepreneurs and SMMEs in Mpumalanga. Besides addressing the issue of funding challenges, there are concerns about market access for small enterprises and cooperatives who will do more to tackle market concentration and barriers to entry. Instead of destroying the little we have in the form of MEGA, we must focus our energies in forms that unlock potential on the SMMEs and cooperatives in the province through MEGA. Speaker, I want to thank you very much for allowing us the opportunity to come and debate. And in closing, I want to say, when poverty of philosophy is running away from you, it does not beat drum majorettes. It just simply left you quietly. So indeed, in this house, we've realized that there's a poverty of philosophy which has run away. Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker.